Hello, folks. This is Sula speaking. You're listening to another game for Teamfight Tactics. This is taken from a double-up game played with JDP El Grillo. And in this game, we're going to be looking at one of the augment choices that's been around for a while. Sometimes it's been strong, sometimes it hasn't been strong. That is the Spoils of War augment, which is going to make for a pretty entertaining game here. So we're going to see Spoils of War, and this is ultimately going to play its way into a Jazz team composition, which is always good in the late game. So we have our starting portal as usual. I am hoping that we're going to get the support anvil. Fortunately, most of the lobby has joined Grillo and me over here. We definitely don't want larger legends. Giving everybody extra health is just a pain in the butt. Crescendo, also not one I want. I actually had Crescendo the previous game with Antisocial Monkey. As it turns out, the portal choice was mine, so I actually could have gotten whatever I wanted. And Crescendo, we ended up getting the one that does give everyone a support anvil. This one's kind of fun because, you know, you get the support item choice right from the start of the game. You can build your team around it. And the support item, while it's helpful, it generally is not something that's like game-bendingly overpowered, something like that. The Crescendo option means that the augments will go in the order of Silver Augment, then Gold Augment, then Prismatic Augment. And I'm not a big fan of that one because I hate it when the third augment is prismatic. It's one of my least favorite things is when that last one is prismatic. Just kind of annoying because it just takes like the first 60% of the game and then just turns it on its head. And if you get a bad final augment, it can be really annoying. Okay, so I don't have anything in particular in mind when starting out this game. I saw that there was a Cassante headliner and I thought that's plenty good enough. Let's pick that up. Does give you the option to play into Heartsteel. Now, this is a Sentinel Cassante, not a Heartsteel Cassante, but as I said, this is still plenty playable. And it does give me the option to run 4 Sentinels in the early game, is one option. So I've also managed to just randomly hit a 2-star Corki, so that means I have some frontline to play through, and it also means that I now have some kind of an early game carry unit to play through. So my thinking was, I'll play some of these Sentinels for the early game. I don't think Sentinel's very good in the late game, but it's certainly passable for the early game. Cassante is a good headliner for stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3. And then we'll look to find something else, and we can just try to make this into some kind of Ezreal game. We'll go along those lines there. So that's what I'm thinking. Here is the first augment. So as you can see, it is a prismatic one, and always love these prismatic ones, right? I'm looking at the different options here. Lucky Gloves, I was very tempted on. I don't think it's hologram. I don't think that would be too good. But I was like, I had looked in the data, and Spoils of War had been performing pretty well in the data. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and take that. I'm looking at my different options here. Needlessly Big Gem could be useful. I decide Aegis of the Legion is going to be the most useful. I do like this one. I think it's one of the better support items. It's going to give extra health and to Cassante 250 health. It also provides additional armor and magic resistance to units that stand next to it, and also units that are in a beam that goes directly below where the unit's standing. I actually need to reposition here. I am not getting the full value from this. I also made another mistake here. I wanted to try, as soon as I took the Spoils of War, I wanted to try win streaking. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and level to level 4. And then I turned out to have exactly 4 gold. So I am level 4, but I only have 3 units. I cannot play a 4th unit here. And I didn't realize that until right after the round was about to start. I probably should have had JDP El Grillo just send me basically anything so I could just play another unit. But that was not a possibility here. The good news is it looks like we're going to win this round anyway. And so, okay, I did not end up getting punished too much for that. Now I really should just probably buy another unit. Yeah, we'll just buy the Corki. So if nothing else, we can at least play another Corki here on this round. But yeah, I don't really have that much that I'm looking to play here. So we'll just have to shove something else onto the board. And I think that Grillo had a 2-star Kennen, and he was like, do you just want a 2-star Kennen? And I think I was like, Kennen doesn't fit my board, but yeah, sure, why not? I actually have 2 out of 3 super fans. So if I could find like an early Nico, then that would certainly be playable. All right, so as I said, Spoils of War, that is the prismatic augment that I have taken. And what this does is every time you kill a unit, you have a chance for that to drop loot. The prismatic one is 40% odds every time a unit dies that you will get loot as a result. So this does have the possibility to drop an awful lot of money for you. It actually can be a very, very strong money-making option for your team. Now, the downside is, see, like right there, it just produced a gold coin, which is pretty nice. So that's the big advantage is you can, if you're killing a lot of units, you can get an awful lot of econ out of this. The downside is, if you're not killing things, it's not going to do anything for you. And it is something that only produces more, it does not give you any in-combat benefit. So you are down a prismatic augment in terms of how much, how much it's strengthening the board. By the way, Grillo has also taken an econ augment. He's taken level up, and he is going to be playing a bruiser comp. He has found an Olaf. He has an Olaf headliner. Yeah, now I'm actually repositioning to get the Aegis of the Legion benefit. Also had the possibility to grab this Garen here, which I really probably should have done because Garen would let me play 4 Sentinels. I probably should have just sold the Kennen and bought the Garen on this particular round. Anyway, though, as I said, so everybody else has a prismatic. Most of them have a prismatic that's actually giving them additional combat power, which I, as I said, did not get from my augment. I just am getting econ benefits. So it is kind of a high risk, high reward thing. Like I said, it does have the potential for you to be printing a lot of money because you can see I do get a gold coin, 40% of the time whenever a unit dies. So that's pretty significant. It's already printed me, I think, 3 gold so far. And as more units are on the board and the game goes on, it actually has really good scaling potential into the late game. You also can get item components from this as well. I think that it's so it's 40% odds that you get something when a unit dies. I believe it's 90% that you get 1 gold coin and then 10% that you get a chest that has something in it. It's something around there. It's right around those odds. I'd have to go back and look them up. They're not published in-game, but you can find them elsewhere. Okay. So it's time for the carousel. I'm 3rd pick. I'm able to get a really good carousel option here. And that is I'm able to get a bow. So I can combine the 2 bows together and make red buff, which is seen as being one of Ezreal's best items. It's not bad on Corki, but it's not like a innate Corki augment. And the other thing it does is there's a Kaisa on here. So that means I'm finally going to get big shot trait in. And then I've just got this extra Kennen, so it's like, do I hold on to the Kennen? I mean, I suppose I could hold on to this. It feels bad not playing a 2-star Kennen, but I wasn't sure how I could get Kennen on the board. I think that maybe long-term I could play Kennen and try to get Superfan trait in. Like, I could put Kennen in on level 6 and then Nico in on level 7. But that feels like that's a long way away. So I think that I ultimately just sell the Kennen for additional econ. And that was probably the right decision. It's not really worthwhile to hold a Kennen on the bench for like 6 rounds or something like that. Probably not worthwhile. If you're wondering, I would play the Nico over the Kennen as next unit in because Nico would give me KDA trait, which would be pretty nice. Alrighty, anyway, so yeah, now that I have the big shot trait in for Corki and the red buff, he's definitely a lot stronger here. He's going to give me he's going to get a lot of additional attack speed there. By the way, I get reinforced on, but if it's a weak reinforcement, that can just be a chance to print some additional gold. And yeah, I actually got, 2 additional coins there? 3 additional coins. So I see that if I sell Kennen, I can get to 20 gold. So I go ahead and do that and ultimately do not hold on to this unit. Note that I have not used the champion send for Grillo yet. I finally had the opportunity to send him something. I've been trying to find him something, and I have not had much luck in doing that, but I do get the chance to send him a Mordekaiser for Mord 2-star. So that gets him to 4 Bruiser, 3 Pentakill, 2 Sentinel. Interesting setup that Grillo has chosen to do. So he's taken the Needlessly Big Gem. I think that that's the official title for that item. He has the support item, which gives you a gold coin for every 2 champions that are still alive on your board 15 seconds into the fight. So there's a little timer that counts down. After 15 seconds, for every 2 units that are still alive, you get a gold coin. Now, he is playing heavily into bruisers, and that has great synergy with what he's playing. Because what do bruisers have? A lot of health. So it just takes forever to kill the bruisers, which means they survive long enough to print him additional money. And then he can redirect that back into his prismatic augment, which is level up. And he can use it to get to higher levels faster, where he can find stuff for me, but he can also find stuff for him. Now that round was a little bit sad. I hit one of the punk boards, and punk boards tend to be pretty strong at this stage of the game. I was not strong enough to overcome that, which is disappointing. I would have loved to have won that round and had a 3-win streak going into the minion stage. That did not happen, but look what I did get. I actually got a champion duplicator. It's a lesser champion duplicator, but I did get that just purely from the loot. So I'd say so far I've probably gotten about 8 gold and a lesser champion duplicator from my spoils of war thus far. It's really helping out my economy a lot. The big thing is I just have to have strong board strength. It's worthwhile to sacrifice some econ to play a stronger board, because a stronger board will get more kills and then redirect this back into more econ via spoils of war. So it definitely favors me playing aggressively, trying to push tempo, level quickly, trying to find higher, more expensive units. So it actually fits with the playstyle that I like to use reasonably well, which is to concentrate on trying to play a strong board at all points in time, which is something I try to do normally anyway. I am not one of those players that likes to just, play nothing for the first 2 stages of the game and rely on getting lots of econ. It's not something that I generally want to do. Okay, so I found a misfortune. That's pretty nice. I'm sitting here with, I was able to get double cloak, so I will go ahead and make a dragon's cloak there. That's going to be pretty nice here in the early game, because it does give me all that magic resistance for Cassante, and also gives him the regeneration. So my board is definitely going to be stronger. Now, remember how I just talked about I should be leveling aggressively, trying to push tempo, trying to get more units in place so I can kill more units for spoils of war benefit? Yeah, I don't do that here. And the main reason is I just didn't really have a unit to put in. What I'd really like to do right now is I'd love to find Bard and just get him in first for Jazz trait. I don't have a lot of traits in right now, but that's probably the strongest unit I could play. Also, it would be nice just to find a better front line. I have 1-star Lilia, 1-star Garen, and that's not too impressive. So I'm really relying on the Cassante here. The good news is I do not get punished. I fight a board that's very weak, and I actually I get 2 more gold coins from spoils of war anyway. So ended up getting some extra econ in that round anyway, even though I did not level to level 6 there. So I'll take that. Basically, it worked out that some people in the lobby were trying to play very greedy and play weak boards, and yeah, I'll take it. All right, next augment pops up. It's a silver augment, and I actually make a mistake here. Out of the different options here, I really should have taken Harm Assist. I end up taking Blistering Strikes, which is not a bad option here, but I really don't need Blistering Strikes because I've already made a red buff, which is going to go on Ezreal later on, or at least that's the plan. But I already have something that reduces the healing of the enemy team, so there's really not much of a need to take Blistering Strikes. Now, is it a bad option? No, it's not a bad option by any means. This is useful because it does also have that effect where I think you deal damage equal to, 5% of the enemy team? Let me just look this up real quick so I can get the actual, let's see, your team's attacks burn their target for 5% of their maximum health over 5 seconds. Attacks also reduce the target's healing received by 33%. It's definitely one of the stronger silver augments, and it's not a bad choice if you have a team that's heavy on auto attackers. By the way, there you get to see Grillo has a 6 bruisers in already because he found the early Zac. That's going to be very, very nice, make his team super tanky. He's going to keep printing lots and lots of money off that big gem. So like I said, Blistering Strikes is not bad because my team's going to be pretty auto attack focused, and we're going to have a lot of chances to apply the Blistering Strikes. But I think that Harm Assist would have been even better here because I already had a healing debuff on the red buff. I really didn't need a second source of that. And the thing is, I think down the road I end up making a Sunfire Cape as well. So I really did not need this, and Harm Assist would have been better because then my carries would have been getting some healing. And by the way, note another chest there, and I just flat out get a glove here. I was like, oh wow, okay, just flat out get a glove. Okay, then there's also an Akali in my shop. I was like, okay. I'm not planning on playing into Executioners, but, we've gotten Akali. Let's use her, right? We might as well put her on the board. So we can actually take the Misfortune off the board, just put the Akali on here. And then that's going to go ahead and get us, a KDA trait in play. So we'll go ahead and do that. I favor Misfortune over Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa puts KDA trait in play, which is definitely going to be better. There's also a Bard here, so I should probably pick that up. Yep, there we go. Obviously, having Akali, who's a 4-cost unit on the board, is just going to be helpful. Even with no items, she's still going to do a decent amount of work in these fights. And as I said, I just want to prioritize making my board stronger. So long term, we will drop the Kai'Sa. We will drop the Kai'Sa long term, but we're going to drop the Akali long term as well. But Oh, can I actually get to 50 gold here? No, not quite. Well, maybe. I get to go over to Grillo's board and I get to kill more things. And again, this is our teams just like having this really nice synergy in action here. So I have Spoils of War, so I get money for killing things. Grillo's board is a stall board. He stalls forever. And that means that I usually can win my round, go over to his board, and then I can kill more things for more Spoils of War benefit on his board as well. And of course, by his board being so tanky, that gives him the opportunity to get more gold from his needlessly big gem or whatever that thing's called. So overall, it's quite nice the way this is working. The one way it falls apart is if my board stops being strong, then it falls apart. Because I need to win my round and go over to reinforce his board. And if that's not happening, then our setup is not working. Still, we have some good stuff here. I'm able to get a Blitzcrank off Carousel. Remember, I'm playing Sentinel right now, so that's great. I'll just play that over the Garen. So I've been able to strengthen my board again. And I also got another sword, so this is going to be nice. This will be some kind of AD item. If nothing else, it can be a Spear of Shojin on Ezreal. But for right now, I'll just put it on the Corki. And yeah, he's got quite good items there overall. He's going to hit like a truck. It's also time for a gift round in Double Up. There was no spatula option. I would have probably taken the spatula if it was there. I could have made a Heartsteel emblem right there. I probably would have made a Heartsteel emblem, grabbed the Yone that's sitting in my shop, and then leveled to 7 and put Heartsteel trait in. I don't get that. Instead, I have the option of, basically it was training dummies or 3 components. And I decided I would take the 3 components. The reason why is I'm trying to... excuse me, I feel like I need more components than normal in this game because I'm trying to itemize multiple carries here. I want to have Ezreal fully itemized for 1 carry, and then I want to have Misfortune fully itemized as another carry. So I wanted additional components, and I actually get ones that are pretty useful here. I'm able to get, I get a rod, a bow, and a glove, all of which is going to be pretty useful to have. So next I want to start building MF items, and I actually think that I can probably make Misfortune 3-star in this game, just because I have the duplicator. Like I have double duplicators right now, and Grillo's going to grab Misfortunes for me. It turns out as well, I was scouting the lobby, no one is playing Ezreal or Misfortune in this lobby, which is kind of hard to believe, given how popular they are. But yeah, no one's playing Heartsteel and no one's playing Ezreal in this lobby, which is just shocking. But I'll take my good luck and go for the uncontested Ezreal. By the way, there's another Blitzcrank here as well, so that's going to be a possibility. And then there's also the Nico if I wanted to head in the Superfans direction, but I don't think I'm going to do that. What I will do is put board on the board, so let's do that. And then I'm actually going to move into the Misfortune. So this is going to drop KDA trait. But I will look to just play the Akali anyway, because, like, why not? She's just a good unit. I'll just go ahead and play her. Yeah, and it's not like the other units I have are going to make sense either. So I put the Misfortune on the board. I'll go ahead and make the Rage Blade for her, because that's a good item on her. The Corki's still holding Ezreal items. Corki already has attack speed. He has the red buff, so he doesn't need more attack speed. But Misfortune, as an auto attacker, is going to need some kind of attack speed option. And this is a way for me to use that rod that otherwise I really had no use for. So as I said, we still got the 4 Sentinel front line. We have Jazz trait in, which is not going to do anything right now, but it will down the road. And I'm hoping I can win this. Oh, there's so many low units there. Pantheon survives on 1% health. Evi's on like 6% health. So I actually did not kill any of the units there, but I mean, that's not shocking because that person has the 3-star, has a couple of the 3-star units there, and I'm kind of in the process of transitioning my board. What was sad is that happened on stage 3-6. I was 1 round away from carrying a full winning streak into the minion round, but did not end up happening, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I'm still trying to get to level 8. At level 8, I'll sell the Cassante, and then I'll look to try to find an Ezreal headliner. Heartsteel Ezreal would be good. Big Shot Ezreal was perfectly fine. Any Ezreal's fine, and we'll just go from there. I am holding the I'm holding the Yone in case I would need to play him for Heartsteel, but I'm kind of hoping I won't need to play him for Heartsteel because he's kind of not the unit I'm looking to play here. And I'm gonna sell some of these units. Yeah, I ended up getting I got a tier so I can make Spear of Shojin. That's great. And then I have this belt or not belt. I have this vest. And I don't really have a good use for this other than just sticking it on Cassante for Sunfire Cape, which is what I end up doing. And so now I'm in the situation of having just like the most healing debuffs you could possibly want. I have I have Sunfire Cape, I have red buff, and I have blistering strikes. This is way, way, way too much healing reduction. There is no need to have this much in my team comp. So as I said, in retrospect, Harm Assist would have been the better choice. And given that I already had red buff, there really was no reason to take the blistering strikes. But oh well, we're just going to make sure nobody on the enemy team can heal. So this is like the anti-healing team, basically. Anyway, I guess this person has a misfortune over there. I can't remember if they stuck with that or not. But whatever, in any case, that board was not strong, and we're able to print a little bit more money via Spoils of War. So yeah, come on, get over to Grillo's board, kill more stuff. I think we got like 2 extra coins on Grillo's board there. So definitely using this econ, trying to get up to higher levels, and we're still in good shape. We're still on 79 HP. Grillo with his level up augment, I believe he's level 8. I have to double check on his board. Oh, I just got another duplicator. Hello. Now I have double lesser champion duplicators and a full champion duplicator. So now I was like, oh, now I can really go for now I can really go for a 3-star 3 cost, which is probably going to be Misfortune. I was looking at the different options here. I was thinking about tons of stats, but then I was like, you know what? If I take the sword, I can make an Infinity Edge for Misfortune. Let's just take this. So now my units have additional attack damage. And I'm going to get a Lucian Send from Grillo, which is going to just be fantastic. I will hold on to the Bard because I think I might be able to play into 3 Jazz here with the Bard. But I'm going to definitely play the Lucian. That's a better way of getting Jazz on my board. And now I want to find Caitlyn as well. So I'm looking to find Ezreal, play Ezreal plus Misfortune backline. And then Lucian plus Caitlyn. So I'll have 2 big shots, 2 rapid fire is the plan. But like, look at this. I have 3 champion duplicators. So I'm really not far off of being able to hit Misfortune 3-star. Let's see. I have 2. I think Grillo has 1 Misfortune. I'm not 100% sure. He just sent me the Lucian, so he won't be able to send me anything for a while. But the Lucian, him finding the early Lucian is going to help me a tremendous amount. This is just what my board needs. Another strong attack damage unit. And Lucian has that natural armor shred that he's going to be able to apply. Plus, he gives me Jazz trait, which is what I want to be playing anyway. So all of that sounds fantastic. And we're going to go over to his board. Does Olaf have this? Oh, no, there's another 3-star Olaf on the enemy board. Well, 3-star Olaf beats 2-star Olaf, to no surprise. So Grillo's long win streak does finally come to an end. I have enough income, though. So I'm going to go ahead to level 8 right now. This is kind of an off timing to go to level 8. There's the Kate, though. That's going to be nice. But the reason why I want to do this is I want to roll before other people have the chance to roll down. So I'm rolling here like 1 level before the other people would roll down. And I actually find a Misfortune headliner, which a Jazz headliner, which I think is going to be fantastic. So I'll have 4 Jazz as soon as I can put that in. The only problem is now I have to put that on my board. And I'm in the situation where the Misfortune on my board is itemized, but like I don't want to sell her because I'm trying to get the 3-star Misfortune. I have 5 of them between me right now, and then I have triple duplicator. So if I find 1 more, I can just use all the duplicators for Misfortune 3-star. So that's probably the plan right there. This is the Olaf 3-star board. We're definitely not beating this. So yeah, as I said, I'm kind of in the middle of transitioning my setup here, but I'm not far off of being very, very, very strong here. Also need to find Ezreal. I did not find an Ezreal yet. Definitely need to take Ezreal, get the Quirky out and put Ezreal on the board. But if I hit the MF 3-star and get Ezreal on the board, I'm going to be very, very, very strong. I already have good Ezreal items. I also need to shift my tank items over to Blitzcrank. They are not quite there yet. So we're getting there, but this board's not quite there yet. I'm still in the process of transitioning, but I don't think I'm too far off. It definitely is easier to win these rounds with Spoils of War printing me money. And I definitely need to try to get my board stronger ASAP because if it's not winning rounds, it's not printing me money via Spoils of War. Alrighty. So I'm third pick on the... Actually, no, I'm last pick on the carousel. I guess Grillo had dropped around here as well. And almost got the belt. That would have been nice, but we can fall back on the bow, and that's certainly not bad. As I said, I do need just a lot of items to itemize my backline. It's very important that all of them are high damage dealers because the more damage they deal, the more units we can kill, the more Spoils of War benefit we get. And by the way, Jhin is here. I do want to play Ezreal over Jhin because Ezreal will give me Heartsteel trait, and I would prefer having that in. But I can play Jhin until I find Ezreal. Of course, the good news is Ezreal shows up like immediately. But we'll play that. Now we have Heartsteel trait in. That gives us more Jazz value. The extra bow, we'll see someone to put it on. All right, there's 2-star. Bard. By the way, I probably should have picked up sets as well because if I don't have to use these extra duplicators on the Misfortune, I probably could use them on the set. It's pretty clear he's not coming out of this comp because I need him for Heartsteel trait, and then I want to find a late game Bruiser, which is probably going to be a Lowy, but could also be Zac instead. But Set is going to stay on the board, so I probably should grab Sets. They will make it easier to find Misfortunes as well. I think the reason why I wasn't grabbing them is because Grillo was playing the heavy Bruisers board, and I knew he had Set on his board, and I didn't want to compete with him over Set. But I think that I could have played this unit and it would have been okay. So yeah, looking pretty strong. Hitting the early 2-star Blitzcrank definitely helped a lot. So there's another cloak, and I was like, you know, I've actually heard that Hurricane is a good item on Caitlyn. Let's go ahead and try this. I've heard that this just tends to work pretty well. I think it has some synergy with her ult, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know that I've heard that it's a good, it's an item that works well on her. And then, by the way, I believe I have a treasure chest on my board as well here. No, I guess oh, it was the cloak. I just got the cloak. That's right. So I'm still trying to position to get the Aegis of the Legion benefit on some of my units here. Note that all my backliners are 1-starred except Bard. So like I'm still not there yet. The good news is my front line is all 2-starred aside from the Cassante. And that Blitzcrank is doing yeoman work in keeping the rest of my team alive by standing up there and tanking for like 15 seconds in every fight. But I'm really close. Like if I can just 2-star these units, I'm really close. And Bard! The Bard's got it. Looked like I was going to lose that round, but then Bard actually kills them, which is hilarious. Grillo got reinforced on, though, so he's not going to be able to win this round. But again, he's almost level 9 because, again, he has level up for his prismatic augment, so it's very cheap for him to go there. I'm going to sit here and roll a little bit more. As I said, all throughout that stage, all throughout stage 4, my headliner's been on the bench the entire time, and yet I still won 4 out of 5 rounds, which is pretty wild. I actually do think this lobby was not playing especially well. It was like, this lobby was not as tough as some of the other ones that I've been seeing lately. Competition was, for whatever reason, a little bit weaker. I think a lot of people were playing the same thing. I think there were 2 people playing Punk and multiple people contesting some of these comps, but in any case, not complaining. I'm happy to do what I can to take advantage of that and just, be able to continue winning these rounds and not have quite so much pressure on me. All right, now I definitely need to roll down. Grillo said he was looking for a Karthus, so I'm going to send that over to him. I'm looking for more Misfortunes in particular. All right, now I finally have 2-star MF. There's another one. There's the 2-star Kate. There's yet another Misfortune. Again, I wish I'd picked up these sets in retrospect. At this point, I was like, all right, I think I've rolled enough. Let's duplicate the MF. I can hit MF 3-star just with my non-expensive duplicator. So let's go ahead. And now we want one more item for MF. I'm trying to think about what I can do. I have a bow and a tier on the bench there. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with the tier, but maybe we'll print some more items from Spoils of War and figure out something. I still have a full champion duplicator plus the cheap champion duplicator sitting here on my bench. And yeah, you can see what happens. Now that I have 3-star MF and 2-star Kate, my board suddenly got a lot stronger. I just wish I had that Harm Assist augment so MF would be able to heal off the damage she deals. She has very, very good items here. Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Rage Blade, great stuff. So she's just going to be killing things left and right. Plus I have a 2-star Kate to help out. And there we go, 2-star Cassante. I actually thought about using the inexpensive champion duplicator to 2-star Cassante. He's probably the weakest link on my board. He's really not doing a whole lot on his own, but I actually need him for Sentinel trait on Blitz, and I actually need him for Heartsteel value. I'm basically playing the 2 tanks on a Heartsteel board, and then also the carry from there. All right, so I have another gift round from Grillo. There wasn't that much that I wanted. Spatula wasn't going to do anything for me in this situation. Maybe I could have tried to make an 8-bit spatula for Kate, but it's a little late in the game for that. So I just take the artifact item, and I get one that's very useful. I get the collector, which is nice. So I'll just slap that on Caitlyn because she's my other 2-star. Would have been nice on Misfortune. Would have been nice on Ezreal, but they're fully itemized. So as I said, the challenge in this game has just been getting enough items so I can itemize all of my carries. And the good news is, because this is a double-up game and you get extra stuff, I have been able to do that. Like I said, I took the 3 components for the first gift round. That allowed me to itemize the Misfortune. I took the artifact item for the second gift round. That allowed me to put another item on the Caitlyn. And I'm just leveraging the fact that I have Spoils of War to get a little bit of extra loot here as well. All right, anyway, now there's another enemy board here. The positioning is really wonky. This team is like spawning in the middle of my team, so we are going to end up losing that. I think I think I could have won that. It's just that like the enemy Olaf spawned like on top of Misfortune and on top of Caitlyn. So like the positioning was super wonky, but it is what it is. I'm going to get the spatula option and send that over to Grillo. And yes, it looks like I just spawned yet another item for one of my carries. I was like, I can make Adaptive Helm. You know what? That gives extra mana every 3 seconds. I actually think this would be pretty good on either Lucian or on Caitlyn. I think I end up putting this on Lucian because I thought I could maybe get a better item on Caitlyn. By the way, oh no, that was my Heartsteel cash out. I thought that was Spoils of War. Yeah, I'm also getting items from Heartsteel as well. So that's going to allow me to itemize yet another unit here. And we'll start putting stuff on Lucian. This is mostly just so Lucian casts faster is the main logic here. I just want him to get his ult off faster so he can start armor shredding and just getting his additional damage off. I wouldn't say I have a tremendous need for his armor shredding because Misfortune does have a Last Whisper, but it certainly doesn't hurt, and Lucian's pretty good at hitting backline, so he has some nice synergy with Ezreal. They can both kind of punch through and hit the backline and get some extra damage off. Now I do need to try to upgrade my frontline. My frontline is not great, but look at all that gold from Spoils of War. I think I got like 5 gold this round. 5 or 6 gold. That's just going to let me push to level 9 even faster. So this game's just come together really, really nicely, and I'm just super happy with how things have been playing out. So time for another carousel. We lost one of the teams on that round, and now it's down to just 2 other opponents. Alrighty, so there is an Ezreal on this carousel. That is a possibility that I could try to grab. That said, I probably do not need more Ezreals at this point. What I probably need is more frontline so my team doesn't die, because my frontline is still pretty sketchy in this situation. By the way, there was a pentakill emblem, but it got snapped up. Grillo has managed to make double pentakill emblems. So right around this time was when he said he's going to look to sell his headliner. I believe he actually had a Yorick headliner that he was able to find at level 9. Yeah, he actually has a Yorick headliner, but it's a Guardian headliner. So because he has double pentakill emblems, if he can find a pentakill headliner with pentakill as the doubled trait, then he can get 10 pentakill in. But he's going to have to sell the Yorick to do that, which is kind of sad. So he said he was going to look to do that. Yeah, if he can find just any unit that has pentakill trait doubled, then he can get pentakill 10 in, and we did think it was worthwhile to do that. So he's going to be looking to do that, but while he's in the process of transitioning his board is going to be a little bit weaker because, as he said, he has a Yorick headliner, which is just awesome, but sadly it is not a pentakill Yorick headliner. It's the Guardian one. I am up against the 6 punk comp, and yeah, we apparently pretty strong because I punched right through there, and then I get another lesser champion duplicator. So I actually have 3 champion duplicators here, although only one of them can be used on the 4 and 5 cost units. So again, kind of wish I had picked up those sets earlier in the game. I'd be very close to set 3-star if that was the case, which would actually help me out quite a bit because, as I said, my front line is kind of sketchy right now. The Blitz is great, but he needs help. So I'm trying to get to level 9 so I can put another Bruiser in. All right, there it is. He's going to see if he can find these units right now. Again, double pentakill emblems, one on Set, one on, on Zac over there. Trying to do this transition from 6 Bruisers into 10 pentakill, but it is something that is very doable. Just need to find the pentakill headliner. I guess Grillo's waiting until the minion round to do the transition, which is probably the correct decision, so he has more time. This is the person who seems to be the strongest in the lobby outside our boards. 7 pentakill, 4 Bruisers. This person has an Olaf headliner, and they've just stuck with it the whole game. They've also made a pentakill emblem for their Zac, which is going to be pretty strong. They just have like a tremendous amount of health. I kind of wish I had a Giant Slayer to deal with this board. That would be really nice. I just do not have enough damage, and they are going to end up beating me. So the same thing happens on stage 5 as happened on stage 4. I won all 4 of the initial rounds, and then I lost the round right before the minion round, which is just like seriously, can I, why is it that I go win, 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 loss, win, 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 loss right before the minion round? It's so annoying, but I don't know. It is what it is. All right, well, I am able to get to level 9. That was the goal, get to level 9. I definitely can get much stronger. The goal is get another Bruiser for frontline. I'll put in the Lux right now, but I'm really looking for Alawi. I will play Zac if I can't find anything else, but I want Alawi for the tentacles and for the additional frontline. So try to get Alawi, and then try to 2-star my board. 2-star Ezreal will help a lot. 2-star Lucian would be great. These are my itemized units, so I want to make sure that they are hitting, and I mean, I do have the champion duplicators to help out as well. So let's just see what we can hit here. And then I decided, you know what? I might as well pick up extra bards. Now I'm belatedly picking up the sets, but it's a little late to be picking up sets right now. All right, there's Alawi. We're going to play her over the Lux. Let's get her in here for sure. Gonna put the tentacles here, so the tentacles are getting the benefit from Aegis. There's another Ezreal, so let's keep rolling it down. There's another Bard. There is a slight chance I could get Bard 3-star. I don't need that many more Bards, so I'm still trying to roll here, still trying to roll. Jhin is there, but I don't need Jhin. Ultimately, I'm like, all right, I want Ezreal 2-star. Let's go ahead, duplicate that. Hurts to use my champion duplicator here, but I did want Ezreal 2-star, and I wanted to have it for this round. We're in the late game. I didn't want to wait around. Definitely wanted to pick that up. I'm still trying to find frontline items, so I'm going to pick up the Redemption, and we can go ahead and put the Redemption on, I guess, the set. Anyway, we're going to win that round, and wow, look at all that money I just printed. Printed a lot of money from Spoils of War. We were able to win before their partner could reinforce. And then, yeah, this Punk board does not have it. I'll get more gold from Spoils of War as well. I think I got like another 2 or 3 gold on Grillos. Yeah, look at all that money I have. Jeez. And then I also get my Heartsteel cash out. I mean, it's not a big cash out, but it does give me a Thief's Glove. So, okay. Well, let's put that on Alawi. We can definitely do that. That's going to be pretty nice. And then I'm back up to 47 gold. I think I got like 10 gold that round from Spoils of War. And so we're going to go from there. I do have my champion send back, so I'm trying to find something to send to Grillo. And he did manage to hit his Pentakill Headliner. There's Alawi 2-star. That's going to be really nice. She also rolled better items on her Thief's Glove when she got 2-starred. Unfortunately, Grillo did not get the 10th unit in, so he has 9 Pentakill in. He has to put 1 more unit on the board. He's missing 1 unit. I'm trying to see. He's missing the Yorick. He needs a Yorick. Okay. So remember, he sold a Yorick Headliner, so he needs to find Yorick and put it on the board. So he's not going to be very strong this round because he's on 9 Pentakill. But I'm easily able to beat this Punk player. And apparently I got another treasure chest. So, okay. A tier. Cool. Another item. That'll go on somebody. I've just gotten so many components throughout the course of this game. It's really pretty amazing. And there are 2 teams still in the lobby, but they're both on 1 HP, so there's no way this can last much longer. Note, of course, an Ezreal shows up in my shop as soon as I use the duplicator on the Ezreal the previous round. So whatever, that's not shocking. All right, can I get Lucian 2-star? That would certainly help. And there's a Yorick, by the way. I was like, Grillo, do you want Yorick? He did manage to find a Yorick on his own, but I was like, you know, why don't I just send this to you? Because then we are only 1 away from Yorick 2-star, right? So I will go ahead and send that. And there's the Lucian. So I'm going to put the tier on him just so he casts a little bit faster in this fight. And I still have double cheap champion duplicators that I don't quite know what I'm going to do with, but I guess we'll figure out something. Again, this is the strongest person in the lobby other than our boards. They now have 7 Pentakill, 6 Bruisers, which is really wild. This is the last board that beat me at the end of the previous round. So this is a close match. Ezreal got off a nice ult. Can he get off 1 more? He just barely gets off the ult before dying. There's a Karthus on no HP, and there we go. What a close round. It's Bard and Lucian in the corners that just barely eke out the win. And that's going to be enough to deliver us the victory. Now, I think that we had that game regardless. I think we would have won the lobby even if we had lost that game because the partner of that player was not nearly as strong. And I think we could have beaten them without much trouble once they were on 1 HP. But yeah, I'll take it. Grillo got 10 Pentakill in for the final round of the game. I was able to 2-star my Lucian. I was just super happy with this game and how it came together. So Spoils of War, definitely a powerful option if you have a strong board, but I think that we were able to combine together. Our setups just played into each other so nicely with Grillo's stall comp and then my board printing the extra money. Just a very fun game all around. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care, folks, and I'll see you again soon.